This is the supplementary video for the procedure on the determination of an equilibrium constant for a chemical reaction. You will be using glass pipettes to dispense your reagent solutions. Practice first with water on how to properly use the pipettes before starting your experiment. If you use the rubber bulb, fit this on top of the pipette. Squeeze the bulb to eject air from the pipette and submerge the tip into the water. Gently relax the rubber bulb to suck fluid into the pipette. Do not allow fluid to rise all the way into the rubber bulb. If this happens, immediately wash the inside of the bulb with lots of water and dry with paper towel. Now it's time to learn how to use the pipette pump. Insert the pipette into the pump. Gently rotate the wheel of the pump clockwise to aspirate the liquid until you get to the desired volume. Remember to measure the volume of the liquid at eye level, and measurement should be at the lower meniscus. To dispense the liquid, rotate the wheel counterclockwise. Now you're ready to start your experiment. Label two 125 ml Erlenmeyer flasks with 2 millimolar ferric nitrate and 2 millimolar potassium thiocyanate on the other. The 250 ml flask, label it with water. To the ferric nitrate flask, pour about 30 ml of the 2 millimolar ferric nitrate prepared in 1 molar nitric acid solution. To the other 125 ml flask, pour about 20 ml of 2 millimolar potassium thiocyanate. To the 250 ml flask, fill it with 50 ml of distilled water. Label 5 medium test tubes 1 to 5 on your test tube rack. And from the reagent cart, obtain 5 cuvettes and label them on the cuvette holder. You will also need a calibration curve to find the equilibrium concentrations of all of the species to complete Table 2 of your data and calculations. With Table 1 of your data and calculation sheet as your guide, measure out exactly the volume of each reagent as written on the table. Pipette exactly 5 ml of the 2 millimolar ferric nitrate solution into each of the 5 labeled test tubes. Make sure to measure the volume by taking the measurement at the lower meniscus. Continue to pipette exactly 5 ml of this solution and dispense into the remaining labeled test tubes. When done with the ferric nitrate solution, pipette the corresponding volumes for potassium thiocyanate and water by referring to the data table. Pipette exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 ml from the potassium thiocyanate flask into each of the corresponding labeled test tubes. When done with the potassium thiocyanate solution, you may start adding water. However, pipette 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 ml of water into test tubes 1 to 5 respectively. The total volume of each test tube should be 10 ml. When complete, mix each solution thoroughly with a stirring rod, making sure to wipe dry the stirring rod after mixing. Continue mixing with the remaining test tubes. Now grab the 5 clean cuvettes labeled on the cuvette holder. Pour a small portion of mixture 1 into the first cuvette. Wipe the surface of the cuvette only with the lint-free soft tissue Kim wipes. Fill the cuvette with the mixture nearly to the top, leaving around 1 centimeter from the rim. Do the same procedure for the next 4 mixtures. Now it's time to use the spectrophotometer. This instrument measures the amount of light absorbed by the orange-red complex at 447 nanometers, the wavelength at which the complex absorbs light most strongly. The relation between absorbance and concentration for the colored component will be measured later. Remember not to adjust any knobs on the spectrophotometer as this has already been calibrated for you. Place the cuvette in the spectrophotometer, wiping it again with the Kim wipes to remove any fingerprints on it. Measure the absorbance of each mixture and don't forget to record your readings. Continue to measure the absorbance of the remaining mixtures and remember to follow the same procedure. Now it's time to take care of the waste solutions. First, water can be poured down the drain. However, all the remaining waste solutions should be gathered into one of the flasks. Dispose the gathered waste solutions from the flask into the labeled waste bottle inside the fume hood. Decant the solution carefully. Put the bottle lid back and slide the hood doors. You may start washing your glasswares and do your data and calculations. From the absorbance data obtained from Table 1, you may find the concentration of the ferric thiocyanate complex ion by using the calibration curve provided for you. Plot the absorbance in nanometers versus the concentration of the ferric thiocyanate complex ion. Use a ruler to help plot your results accurately.